song.
What, really?
You be 2 people this time? You be the red chick this time?
Oh,
Yeah, plays everyone.
Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it.
I didn't.
Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives week by week, unaware.
I also don't expect it, and definitely will not do things for the purpose
Of saving the town.
of saving the
No,
town.
I'm gonna be... This chick has a really rough life. It's gonna be horrible.
We spend the week performing petty theft.
Where are we
Gain
going?
1
We're all
wealth
doing
and 2 finesse. One night, a small child approaches you with his hands cupped, outstretched towards you. He doesn't say anything, but looks at you with wide eyes expectant. Toss him a sack of coins. You lose 1 wealth. He thanks you and walks away. The next night, you recognize him on the street. You spot him eating what looks like a fresh loaf of bread. He sees you and smiles. You feel good about yourself. Gain 1 physique, finesse, mind, charm,
Regular Robin Hood.
I know.
I'm
After you rob somebody.
I'm gonna go and bet on fights. I spend the week placing bets on my favorite fighters. I gain 0 wealth. Well, I'm really good at betting, guys.
Oh my gosh, you also know Kelly.
While wandering around all state matches, I spot my former lover, Kelly.
You're probably watching
Kelly's
my other
everybody's
fight.
favorite lover. Great former lover.
Yeah.
That doesn't make my other guy feel
An
bad.
awkward exchange happens in which I want to know how they're... I'm just gonna assume
What are your
she's...
characters' names?
doing-
It can't just be the colors.
Yeah,
I'm Red.
I'm
I'm gonna call
Red.
myself Red.
Blue, green.
No, but Red's a real name.
So's blue.
That's not.
Well, haven't
At
you
least
ever
I know blue
read...
would be. Green sounds.
Haven't you ever read the Pokemon mangas? Green is totally a name.
That's true.
Old school, man.
Yes. After a few minutes, Jean, one of the most popular fighters in the arena, butts into the conversation. Hey Kelly, sorry to interrupt, but we've got to leave right away. If we want to make it to your brother's
This
time.
guy is the guy who stole your girl. You gotta say his voice. Say, hey, Kelly, sorry. We gotta leave
Well,
your
he did that though.
Next to your
It doesn't say much about why she left him
no,
for him.
obviously, this guy is amazing.
Yeah.
Because Kelly wouldn't just date
He's
anybody.
super horrible.
I don't know. It sounds like Kelly's been around the town a few times.
He's the dumbest guy ever.
I don't
He
know.
sounds worse than
I
that.
say an awkward goodbye.
I think he's
as
like
they
the
walk
last
off
one in the
holding
town who
hands.
hasn't been with her yet. How do you feel?
How do I feel? Well, I'm gonna feel really happy. Because
I want to
I'm
be saddled.
I'm
Let me tell
better
you.
than being sad all day. I feel it's good. Both of us have moved on. This encounter, despite its awkwardness, was refreshing.
Cool
I
sprite
gave it a
out.
shot.
So I'm
Man,
glad.
I went there for money. I come back with learning something.
You didn't come back away with any money either.
No. Left
Alright,
with no
let's
money.
do... You spend a week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. Oh, yeah. The little galaxies. One day a patient comes into the hospital with sores that nobody's ever seen before. While walking by his bedside, he looks at you and rudely asks for a glass of water. Splash him in the face! I ignore him. Despite your intention to ignore him, you find yourself completely unable to resist obeying this man. What? It's the sores. Bring him a small glass of water. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, sweeps it around, and then proceeds to spit it at you. You try to dodge the water, but something inside your mind paralyzes you from doing so. What the heck? That night, when you get home, you feel dizzy and start having vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards. Hey! You gain 3 magic. You lose
Oh,
all.
You lose
3
your
mind.
mind.
You are going crazy.
I guess.
They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago.
Does it not?
Dot.
Alright, so you're blue, you're green, and I'm red.
Yes.
I like how I can just butt in whenever I want. Notice me.
I spend the week placing bets on my favorite fighters. I gained
Oh,
5 wealth!
You probably won all the ones he didn't bet on.
Yeah.
During the match, another warrior's weapon is knocked from their grasp. You barely manage to avoid it. With a sickening crunch, it destroys the knee of a nearby bystander. He accuses you of causing him harm by not stopping the flying weapon. He takes you to court. I defend myself. You object, but you do not seem to be able to convince the judge. He rules that the plate is fair and orders you to surrender to wealth. Gosh dang it.
Your charm wasn't enough.
I feel like joining an arena match, you should know the concerns.
But I should have taken a blow, not him.
I'm going to work. Because apparently I'm not good at betting. Need to make money somehow. Spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. I get paid 2 wealth and gain a mind. One day, the court jester approaches me. Would you like to learn to juggle? He asks excitedly. Teach you everything I know for a small sum. No. Says the jester. He walks away disappointed. That evening, on the way home, I find a golden coin on the ground. What luck! Yeah, I gained more wealth.
Yeah.
Take that, jester. Just because I said no to you, I gained money.
Yeah. No, I wanted to drink. So, you spend the week serving drinks at the tavern.
Dang, she's got broad shoulders.
It's the poofy sleeves. It's that style. You
No, I'm going with
one wealth and tips and gain 2 charm. You
It's
have
fine.
a bed sheet on your guy's head. Over the course, because you burned half. Over the course of a week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body. Yeah! One day, the sores begin glowing a vibrant blue. I'm red. You feel your magic power grow even stronger, while your mind slips further. Going crazy. Oh, holy crap. Okay, I have one mind. In no time, the swords are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. Someone rushes up to you, asking if you're alright. With only a glance, you set him aflame. And you let out a scream that shakes the earth and shatters the skulls of all the... Oh my gosh! Man, good thing I'm working at a tavern full of people. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about, reveling in your destruction. You black out. When you come to, you're at home in your bed. Your sores have faded, and you feel like the disease's symptoms have passed.
Well, now you're stupid, but have really powerful magic.
In a heartbeat. Or so the stories go.
I'm also
Earth
possessed.
shook, the air went still.
Stuff.
Oh, and you destroyed the tavern.
Oh, the tavern's gone. You
Yeah,
can't use it
You know how
anymore.
many skulls the tavern has? So
None.
much.
None
There's
now.
so many blood in the rivers.
Exploded
There aren't
everybody
any
in there.
now.
Blood River was actually a cocktail, I will say.
I spend the week maintaining the plants in the royal garden. You gain 1 finesse, 1 physique, and earn yourself a wealth.
You're not doing
One day you come across an elderly man snoozing on the grass. You there, young person. He waves you over. I'm having an awful time trying to nap in the bright sun. Do you mind giving me some shade?
He's like
Block the sun for the old man.
super wealthy guy.
Ages seem to pass as you stand in the hot sun. The wizened old man sleeping peacefully in your shadow. The sun is sweltering, and after some hours you begin to feel faint. Gradually, everything grows dark. When you awaken, it is evening in the garden, and an ancient gnarled tree stands where the old man was sleeping. For witnessing the miraculous event, you gain 1 magic. Oh, that was lame.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna go and bet on fights.
Now that you have the inside scoop from
Negative
Kelly's
3
lover.
wealth.
Yeah, there's no way that you can bet bad twice in a row.
Oh, you will.
4,
yeah.
nice.
You're probably that spectator guy hit the knee.
Yeah. I
You
stole
won the
his money.
lawsuit, that's why you got 4 gold. For well.
One day, in between matches, I stumble upon one of the higher-ranked fighters, ingesting illegal strength potions. Please, sir, don't report me, she cries. I didn't realize I was a woman when I started reading. I'll even share some of my potions with you if you keep quiet.
Yeah. You can then enter the arena next time.
I report her.
Oh.
I'm hoping to get money out of this.
Yeah, I know you won't.
I report the fighter
Yeah.
to the arena officials. They thank me
Oh.
for bringing it to their attention and hand me a small yes. The money too
Look
well.
at your guy's like tiny
Take that.
bicep, like poking out of his
Yeah,
left arm.
no, he doesn't need biceps when he has money.
Money? That's probably the money right there.
Yes. The fighter is investigated and receives a lifetime ban from the
Just
arena.
ruin that person's illegal.
I don't care, I now have
Legal
money.
That's true. Alright, well, since I'm super magical, stuff's gonna happen. Alright, you spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. Oh, I got a weird little monocle glass thing. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. Get my mind back up. One day, an artificer stops by for a visit. She's adorned with magical gadgets and gizmos, and is followed everywhere by her clockwork spider. The alchemists of the tower all go out of their way to impress the artificer, offering her an array of potions and elixirs. As she's leaving, she adorns the most charming of the alchemists with a special treat. The fact that she didn't choose you was a very humbling experience. Well, fine. No, aw.
Then the world was howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half.
Your person looks real tired all the time. Blue.
Spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day while wandering the halls, one of the arena's fighter approaches you. "Excuse me, miss, I need a sparring partner," he says. "Are you down for a fight or two?" "Yeah, let's do this," he screams.
Oh, jeez.
Takes a swing at your head. You get punched square in the face. The next thing you know, you're in the arena's infirmary. It appears that punch gave you head and never-endus. Headache, never-endus. Symptoms include having a mild headache forever.
Oh, man.
Oh,
You lose one
God.
mind. Oh, great.
We should all be the name of our color, but the last 2 letters of it.
Ooh.
You're Oo, you're Ian, and I'm Ed. Ooh, and Ed.
I'm gonna chop some wood. I spent a week cutting down trees for the village.
Let me tell you about these
2
rats.
physiques, and I earned myself 1 wealth. One day I stumbled upon a corpse hanging from a tree.
Never mind.
Carved into the tree is written, "Now that I'm banned from the arena, I have nothing to live for." Oh, loser.
You are.
Underneath the tree lay broken potion bottle.
No. You should have taken the potions. Oh man, this is grim.
I will keep walking.
You just really don't like. Probably Gene. Just getting back.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, I'm glad for
Secretly
you
this
too.
whole time.
Get him.
I actually was vengeful the whole time.
Yeah.
I keep walking, taking the time to think about my own
You
mortality.
tricked yourself.
I gain a mind.
I'm just like the dumbest person right now. What do y'all's mind?
You're the most powerful
Five.
of us all, but you're so dumb.
Oh wow, I have the unlucky number. Alright, well let's... Why not? Let's do it again. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic in 1 night. One day you hear one of the alchemists shout, "Eureka!" When you look over to see what he's done, you spot a small, previously dead ferret come to life. That's a zombie. "I figured out an antidote to death," the alchemist exclaims. The undead ferret lets out a horrific noise and lumbers about slowly. Good. He's a necromancer. Oh man, yes! Congrats, that's amazing. You say, slightly discomforted by the ferret's presence. You didn't hurt the alchemist's feelings. Yeah. Oh, I don't. What?
It arrives this time. How will we fare?
Push
Will we once more rebuild,
Calm.
move on,
Calm.
be strong,
Da, da, da.
or have we forgotten?
Question mark. I like that pink tree at the top's just like blowing to the left.
You spend the week performing petty theft. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse.
Looks like
One night, a man walks up to you. "Excuse me, miss, feeling a little lonely tonight?
yes.
For only a small amount of coin, I can make you feel good all night." Yeah.
Oh,
You hand him over a small stack of points. You lose 2 health. On your way to your house, you start talking about philosophy, history, magic, everything really. The 2 of you have an amazing conversation that goes well into the morning. You gain 2 mind and 2 charm. Hey. The man apologizes for the lack of sex, but thanks you for the chat. He refunds you half of what you spent.
what?
You gain
1
1
gold
wealth.
for 4 points. All right. Well, I'm talking to strangers in alleys at night. I'm all for that now.
I am going to
We need to
attend
wreck,
the
we need to
ball.
wreck this town
This is-
before
this
the
is-
dog.
This is my last week. I'm gonna party the whole
Oh, it
week.
is. Crap.
I spend the week attending fancy gatherings. I gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day I actually bump into a duke. "Watch where you're going, filthy peasant." He shoves me out of the way with his hand and continues walking.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Oh,
passive-aggressive response. I'm gonna get back at him so good. That outfit looks really comfortable.
burn.
He looks mildly insulted.
Irritated him.
Sick burn.
They get greedy.
I gain 1 charm.
How is that a charm?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the hospital. We're gonna do magic. You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. Gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day, the bloodletting leeches somehow escaped. Oh man, in the hallway again. People are screaming. They're slithering. Somebody do something, yells one of the doctors. I will zap. Oh, I don't know what that does. But, I mean, magic.
You do know magic. That's about all you know.
You start taunting the leeches to lead them back into their containers. The leeches swarm all over you. You are subject to a vicious series of bites before the leeches get bored and take off. Oh, I'm glad I bored them. Mine is too easy. The leeches make their way out of the hospital and end up infesting all the nearby waterbeds. Oh, God.
You're almost here. Almost. We have one more.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, we have 1 more week.
Well, that didn't hurt.
Spend the week placing bets on your favorite fighters. Gain 3 wealth.
Jeez.
When on your way home, you spot a rusty dagger on the ground.
Yes!
Yeah, pick it up. Upon picking up the blade, everything goes black. When you open your eyes, you find yourself in a dimly lit room with a hooded man in front of you. Hello, he says. You have been chosen to be the newest member of the Silent Daggers.
What? It's Rusty.
You do not have any choice in the matter. That dagger is now your life. You will do as it commands. In return, it will keep you safe. Suddenly, you're lying in your bed at home.
Oh, you should fight.
Examining the dagger, you notice the blade's no longer rusted. Also engraved into the hilt is the image of a headless raven. Headless raven?
That's a fly. Just bumps into things.
Okay.
That's
I guess I'll go back to my job.
attending balls.
I spend a week doing paperwork for the palace.
Sounds horrible.
Pay 2 wealth and I gain a mind. One day I decided to lean up against a wall just to take a break. Rotates as I apply pressure. I stumble down a set of stairs. Enter a large dusty room filled with barrels. I find the king's famous wine cellar.
Yeah! Joe, drink the crap out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna host a secret party.
Oh, dude, that's sweet.
All my friends show up, and the drinking begins.
You know who would have liked to go there is that fighter you killed.
No, she's dead.
So she would have liked it.
When I come to, I find myself in a home I don't recognize, in only my underwear. My clothes are nowhere to be found, and I seem to be the only one home.
You're now the king.
What happened?
You're now that's it. See, that was it. Alright, I want to make a potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magical mind. One day, all the alchemists decide to take a break from work and instead throw a cantrip party. Prestidigitation. One alchemist waves his hands and produces confetti in front of him. Novice. Another spawns a seemingly endless number of doves out of his sleeve. That's pretty cool. Then all the alchemists turn to you to see what you can come up with. Oh, here we go. With the snap of your fingers, you bring a chair to life. You sit atop it and ride it around the room. Everybody else is quite impressed. You gain 2 What? Charm?
The storm arrives in the night.
night.
By morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Is it? Are we? Past saving?
Hey.
I'll be the leader. I'm good with this.
Yeah, you got mess.
Yeah, you have just been else.
Oh, you could do
Is
the
that
tailor.
what the
Make
tailor?
everyone warm and cozy. What does the smelter do?
The smelter, I think, is the money. Like, you use all of your wealth to melt it into things.
You volunteer to weave and mend clothing for the survivors to keep warm. You make and mend clothing faster than anyone could have ever expected. Every survivor has now an excess number of scarves, socks, and hats to keep warm.
I mean, that's
It helps the survival effort immensely.
Okay. I'm gonna be the smelter.
Yeah.
Because I have the money.
Ian. Do it, Ian.
Oh, but that means I have to give up my wealth. I shouldn't have done that. I volunteered to smelt my now useless coins into building materials.
Oh, there you go.
My former riches provide a wealth of metal for
kind of
survivors
coins
to
are they
build with.
Copper and nickel.
This helps the survival efforts immensely. You lose a lot of money in the process, though.
Oh, that's all. Oh,
3
just
wealth.
kidding.
Oh, I still have some money,
Wow.
though.
Alright, so. I'm not very strong or wealthy, so I shouldn't be leader of the builder, conjurer, obviously, the doctor. Can I pick something that somebody else already?
Nope.
Nope. You can make an annoying sound.
The looter or the town drunk?
I
I feel like I would not do good at that because I don't have finesse.
The conjurer's really the only thing you're...
You scavenge together as much alcohol as you can drink. You gain 2 physique in 1 shot? How does that work? Oh, I gained stuff. Yeah, I'm still playing the game, you guys.
And so we set about our task, once more living our lives, this time in a way we may never have expected or even wanted. But in the end,
We failed.
it was a struggle, but a struggle we never abandoned. Though our home had been stripped apart, we did not let it languish. Whether or not we succeed or fail, we did our best. Who knows if the Yawhg will visit us again? Who knows if we will can ever be ready for it?
Yeah, just like a partially broken everything. After I destroyed the tavern with my skulls and blood rivers, and I wanted that to come back. Survivors!
As the town started to get better, you start to distance yourself from everyone. You're worried they may find out the secret of your dagger. One night you notice a headless raven perched on some rubble. In an instant, your dagger is in your hand. The bird lands on your shoulder, and you can feel somehow it is burrowing its consciousness into yours. Though fully aware, you have absolutely no control over your actions. Fog billows out from the dagger and envelops you in an impenetrable veil. You spend the next 20 years traveling from city to city, assassinating members of royalty and absorbing their essence.
The Highlander.
Then, with your body becoming too old and tired for the raven's liking, you are forced to turn the dagger on yourself, and crumbling into ash.
Crumbled ash. Oh my.
Oh,
Well,
man.
that was horrible.
It's pretty bad.
Existence.
The Yawhg traumatized me deeply. It stole all my money. Despite everything starting to be okay now, something
We're not doing well.
snapped.
Watch me be defined.
Maybe it was witnessing a baby floating face down in the water. Maybe it was when I found a man skewered on a fence, still squirming slightly, his eyes an empty void. Perhaps it was when I saw a group of kids that were trapped in the school had resorted to eating their rotting teacher's corpse. Probably none of those, though.
No, it's probably losing that
Money.
fighting.
All
Yeah.
my
Hey,
money.
you guys, the same
Whatever
thing.
it was, I can't help but drink. I drink so much, I'm not entirely sure what is real and what's an illusion.
Does it perform bad?
One day I look into a mirror and my eyes are empty, hollow.
Oh, wow. Why did
Yeah.
you do so poorly? Probably because of the guy. Probably because of the mortality.
The Yawhg changed you.
Probably for the better. Yeah! With the town being rebuilt, you eventually decide to retake your role as a doctor in the hospital. After
After being the
Town
Town
drunk.
drunk, yeah. There you make friends with another doctor. The two of you have everything together. You're inseparable. Eventually, you even decide to get an apartment, live with each other. Your friend gets married, moves away, spouse, blah blah. Say, oh man, I create more blood skulls, right? Blood started becoming less frequent. Yes. Try to keep in touch. Try to find those other doctors, but nothing can compare. How did I get the best kidney? My swirls never came back.
We're all like doing our best to help the town, and both those bad things happen to us, and you're like,
No, that's why
I'm
though.
just gonna get wasted while you guys fix things
That's why
up,
though.
and then
You devoted your lives to helping rebuild the town. It's too much, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yep. You could only get better.